It is a beautiful morning here at Gahanga International Cricket Stadium. It's Kwibuka T20I tournament, the second day of the tournament. It is a game between the host Rwanda and Malawi. Here with me, I'm with two captains, Diane and Juris, with the third umpire, Gaston Niwizi. Third umpire will take on the toss. Heads is the call. And head it is. Congrats on winning the toss. What are you going to do and why?
We are going to bowl first. This is because we know bowling is our strongest side, so we want to make sure that we set up a goal that they should not bat at least more than 120 runs.
All the best. You've lost the toss. If you would have won the toss, what would you have done?
We wanted to bat fast because we are home and we know how the pitch behaves, so we wanted to come and put on the runs on the board.
Yeah, they said they want to restrict you under 100 runs. What is the score are you looking for to get?
We are going to come looking at any score plus like 130 plus, and we know that if we go past that, we will be able to defend it.
All the best. You've had it all. Malawi winning the toss and electing to have a ball first.
PC, and they have lost the game with Zimbabwe, and even Malawi have lost to Nigeria in the morning. And today these two will be playing here at Gahanga Ground B. And Malawi have won the toss and they have elected to bowl first. And here you can see the team list. For Rwanda, we have Menyimana Mariti and the captain, Ikuzwe Alice, Irarozine, Ishimwe Giselle, Ishimwe Henriette, Murekatete Belize, Lusu Wimana, Umtonas Clarisse, Takushimaninde Fani, Uwase Merveille, Umugwaneza Grace. And for Team Malawi, we have Ures Shilalile, the captain, Angela Lumbe, Brigitte Kasinja, Christina Buanali, Lydia Rusian Dimba, Luck Marino, Praise Mazia, Sofina Chinawa, Sphere Frank, Sungen Kananji, Vanessa Kanyanda, Phil. Those are the players who will be showing up on today's match. And if you are joining us today, if you didn't manage to watch us live yesterday, this is more than just cricket tournament. It is a powerful tribute, a remembrance, and the celebration of resilience. Through every run scored, every wicket taken, and every match played, we honor the memory of those lost during the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi and celebrate the strength, unity, and hope that Rwanda continues to embody today. Over the coming days, talented women's cricketer from across the world will compete not only for victory, but also in the spirit of friendship, remembrance, and empowerment. So, wherever you are joining us from, thank you for being part of this special occasion. Welcome to the Kwibuka Women's T20 tournament, where cricket meets remembrance and sport becomes a bridge for unity and peace. Team Rwanda, they will be joining us very soon, where the opening pair will be coming on the surface, trying to come back stronger Yesterday they have managed to set 139. It was a pretty good score. They thought that they are going to defend it, as the head coach have said. This is their country. They are the host. This is their tournament, so they have to get it home. They have to lift up the trophy. Previously, they have managed to win this trophy. They have managed to take the victory back in 2023 when they were playing against Uganda. So since its inception in 2014, Rwanda have managed to take the trophy of Kwibuka Women's Tournament once in 2023. And they think this is the edition where they are going to take their pride back of lifting up this trophy. You can see Ishimwe Giselle wearing jersey number 99 and Fanny Utakushimaninde coming in from the pavilions, warming up, stretching their legs, getting ready. This is not only a cricket game, it's also national duty, wearing those three colors, green, yellow, and blue, representing Rwanda, the country of thousand hills. Just have to stand tall and represent your country boldly. And the umpire is Remy Singizwa. The sun is out, atmosphere is very electric, and players are out in the middle, confident, competent, and focused. That's the motto for Team Rwanda. Even though yesterday they have lost to Team Zimbabwe, I'm telling you, Belize Mrekatete have managed to set 50 plus runs on the board just in 22 deliveries. It's a huge contribution and a huge achievement for a young lady like Berize. That shows where Rwanda will be in 20 or 10 years ahead. Having players who can stand tall and represent the country in that way, knowing that the first batters didn't manage to put something on the board, and yet batter like Belize Mrekatete, who's a bowler, coming in and delivering. The very first delivery of the innings coming up, and it's blocked. And the bowler from Malawi is none other than Sungeni Kananji. And due to that misfield, Utakushimaninde Fani is off the mark for a single. Here, Team Rwanda will just need to do a lot, because yesterday we thought that 139, it's a lot. We thought that it was a good score to be defended by a team like Rwanda, because they have good bowling lineup. And unfortunately, Zimbabwe, HPC, proved us wrong. They have showed us that even 150 can be chased. So here, Team Rwanda will just need to put a huge score on the board. Another good pitch of delivery. Yesterday, we've seen Malawi winning the toss and electing to have ball first, saying that they are going to restrict Nigeria below 120. And yes, they did. They have managed to restrict Nigeria below below 99, where Nigeria have set 98. So Giselle trying to tap his button that so that she can send it straight to third man. Still being unlucky there. Something I've noticed about Malawi bowling is they just try to keep it tight, to keep it in proper lines and proper length. So if you are not wise enough to use your feet, I'm telling you, you will end up in the tent, back in the dugout. Sunjin Kananji, who didn't manage to keep Fanny at the striking end this time around, shove bowled 3 dot deliveries to Giselle Ishimwe, and back in 2023, and played Giselle, who was struggling just to connect his bat with the ball of Sungen Kananji. This time around, she did. Back in 2023, I do remember Giselle came in when they were playing against Uganda, and she scored 2 maximums, 2 sixes, and they were a game changer, because I do remember that's where Team Rwanda have won the game. So she's this type of player who can win games for you. Yesterday she was not doing okay with fielding, but we do learn from our mistakes. I do know that today she is bringing a huge of things on the table. From there you can see fans all around the ground watching games, and that's the legend himself, Eric Dusingizimana. Those are the results from the yesterday's game. Zimbabwe HPC winning by 47 when they were playing against Brazil. Nigeria winning by 42 against Malawi. And Zimbabwe winning once again against Rwanda by 3 wickets. Malawi, they have gained the early advantage at the toss by calling correctly. They called head, and head towards, it was Emil who was there at the toss. Another bowler comes into the attack. It's jersey number 2. Well, a line to the corridor where Fanny was thinking that it's going to turn, so it was going to be a wide, and then fortunately didn't turn at all. Lucky Malino, the girl have done well yesterday. Oh, what a turn from Lucky Marino. Alongside here, the man I'm working with, he knows better because he knows how to grip the ball. He knows the science and phenomenon behind turning the ball. Emil, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Cutting that one powerfully, and the ball is racing all the way to the boundary. It's going to be a boundary. Oh, my goodness. Is it a boundary or not? They are both running machines. Fortunately, even though it didn't reach the rope, they managed to get 3 runs. Look at that. Look at that. The fielder reached there in time, just few inches from tasting the blood on the rope. Emil, how is everything? How was your night? And how were you doing at the toss?
All good, all good. Everything is okay. And it's a very sunny day as we're approaching summer. And as you said, I was there at the toss when the captain from Malawi said they would like to have a ball first, that they can restrict Rwandan squad under 100. And Diane Menyimana, who was really fortunate in her favors, she said they wanted to bat too. And that says it all. It is in their favor. And they will be looking forward to set 130 that they can defend. Yesterday they posted 139. They didn't manage to defend. But again, it's not an easy total to chase for Team Malawi, as the last game they played, Rwanda have won by defending that total. They scored 109, managed to defend that total against Malawi last year in Kwibuka. So it will be a very interesting game on both sides. And yes, the 2 batters in are Giselle and Otagushimani in the funny. Talking about the behavior of the ground, I would like to start with the pitch. Oh, look at that. slipped a little on her ankle. Hopefully she will be okay. And it is the end of the second over. Not yet, because there is only one ball left to complete the second over, but the player will need some treatment from the physio. As you can see there on your screens, in the dugout of Rwanda, you can see there some players already padded up. Merveille Uwase, Clarisse, the captain, who looks really relaxed, knowing that the players in are ready and will do the job for the team. And it is Kwibuka T20I tournament, women's, the 12th edition. To remind you, Rwanda have won this tournament once in 2023 and being the only team in this tournament, in this edition, to win the title. Is this giving us the chance? I mean, Rwanda, giving Rwanda a chance to win it again, as the teams have been reduced to 5 teams. And some teams missing out, like Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, saying that they have more tournaments to come, that they are just getting ready for those tournaments. But whatsoever, the tournament will be good. As you can see, it's an interesting tournament. If you are missing out, please join us here at Gahanga International Cricket Stadium. We've witnessed a very beautiful matches yesterday, and you don't want to miss this one. Players are back in their positions, saying that means the player is okay. She is working with physio, but looks very okay. One more ball to complete the second over, and Lucky Marino bowling her over very good, in spite of those extras. The pitch looks very flat and a little bit grassy, but again, it is a hard pitch, saying it is a batter's paradise. Quick outfield, some dew, got some moistures on top of the grass as we approaching the noon, but it is a very quick outfield, not bumpy at all. And Rwanda is at 9 for none after 2 overs, and the projected score is at 90. Giselle and Utagushimani the funny, who don't really look that much worried. They know what they can do if they get time to set and stay there in the middle. You can see the talk between them, having the plan, having a little chat between them, knowing what to do. And for Malawi, they'll have a bowling change from Airport Road End. Having a deep square, beg your pardon, is deep extra covers and third man. Sungeni Kananji to bowl her second over. Beg your pardon. She said she is okay to bowl her second over. There is no bowling change from the Airport Road end. Tap and go. Played through covers, 2 deep extra covers for a single. Giselle and Fanny, who are really having a very good touch and combination, yet to score that partnerships they used to have. But again, it's the second day, it's the second game for them. They've lost their first yesterday against Zimbabwe HPC. They lost by defending 139. Couldn't defend that. Got chased in 18.1. And if you've noticed, Sungeni Kananji doesn't really give that much room, and she really knows how much these two players are eager to cut those balls. She keeps it tight in the stumps, 3/4 line on top of off stump. Having backward point, a very close cover, mid on, mid off, mid wicket, square and fine leg. And these two, Utagushimani Ndefani and Shimwe Giselle, having a very good communication in the middle there. They've been playing together, even though they don't play together in the leagues, but they meet a lot. They train together a lot. So they know each other. They know who is capable of what, which makes it easier for them to know what to do and when and how. And it is the first boundary of the innings. Giselle couldn't help but slapping that through covers powerfully.
Again, Kananji trying to spot the proper line and proper length, but missing it completely. And Giselle Ishimge, without single hesitation, she stepped in and got the first boundary of the innings, and projected score is now 113 runs. So again, Kananji charging in once again onto the pads, and it's loud appeal, run out chains. Ooh, Giselle is quick. We always make it on time. According to how Team Rwanda was playing yesterday, and compare it to the way they are playing, you see 150 coming up, Mr. Emil.
Yeah, for sure. This calmness shows how much they know this game means to them, and this gives time to the batters. If a bowler yesterday, I don't even call her a bowler no more, because she is capable. She showed us that she can. In between that, it is 16 for none after 3 overs, and the current run rate is at 5.33, which is not that bad. Back to the question: if you've seen Belize Murekatete batting in at number 8, in the 13th over, and managed to score 54 in just 23 balls, that tells Giselle and Utagushimani Ndefani how much it means for them to stay for 5 more overs. If they can manage to cross the power play and just add up some overs, they know how much they could get. So it surely, I can't guarantee you that they will get 150, but again, this shows smartness, maturity, calmness, the game awareness. They know what they are up to. And if you've noticed, Fanny and Giselle have been sharing and shifting, just swapping each other to share the best batters in the local leagues, either in elite league or their league, Rwanda RCA Women's T20 League. They've been sharing that performance. So they know the only thing they need is just to bring that version of them. And it is not that easy. It's international cricket, very challenging and tricky. But Giselle, one of the most experienced batters we've got, even though if you look at the age, she's not that old, but trust me, she has played a lot of cricket. And last year she was in England, scored a century. That means how much Giselle is good. Giselle, one of the players who are always eager to get those runs. She's hungry, she's looking for runs. If she can't get the boundary, she will rotate. Batting with her will need a very Giselle, after talking about her anger, she is really angry to get those runs. And if you're batting with her, Mr. Enoch, and you at non-striker's end, you really know what to do. If she is struggling, she can never miss that single. You just need to be with her, that just to commit and make that single, as Fanny is doing right now. But in the middle, Lucky Marino doing so well, even though she struggles to ball those wides, cannot end an over with not an extra. But again, she is bowling very good and good runs and length, not allowing Giselle and Fanny to free their arms. Having long on and long off, that clearly means that she will be bowling in the stumps straight, much fuller. And for Fanny and Giselle, they'll have to be wise enough. Talking about those wides, if you look at the way she is turning herself, the body, she is turning too much that she is ending up the non-bowling arm facing at the fine leg, tossing it up, and Fanny will get a single on that one. It's not a single. The fielder at long off couldn't get that one, and it is a boundary. I beg your pardon. Fanny Utakushimaninde was powerful enough to clear the boundary, and it is the first boundary for Fanny and the second for Rwanda. If you look at that, tossed it up in the stumps, giving herself the room, playing it hard down the ground. But the fielder couldn't get that one. It is the second boundary for Rwanda. 25 for none after 4 overs. Not too bad. Going at 6.25. Those are the top performers in batting. 2 innings, 131 with highest of 115. Nyasha Gwanzura from Zimbabwe HPC. Yesterday, she showed us how to bat. Had a very beautiful innings. And Sungeni Kananji comes back to bowl her third over.
Well driven, and they will be going back for the second one. Run out chance, and Sungeni Kananji missed that chance. Ooh. If Sungeni Kananji would have been aware enough to see that one coming, she would have grabbed it once and tapped the stumps, and it was going to be a different story for Team Rwanda, and even for Fanny Utakushimaninde, who is wearing 47, presenting Zapi Bimenyimana. Bimenyimana, who plays for the men's national side for Team Rwanda. He also wears just in number 47, but he is a bowler, right arm first. And back to that century Emil was talking about, which Giselle have scored back in England. It reminded me about Fanny Utakushimaninde in March 2026. At just 15 years, she became the youngest player in women T20 international history to score a century. It was a great achievement where she scored 111 not out of 65 deliveries against Ghana in the Nigeria Invitational Women's T20 tournament. Her innings was also the first century ever scored by a woman on T20I debut. You can get the way she was very happy and the way she was feeling. Giselle, who is still struggling to go off the mark, have seen them just trying to rotate, trying to get those boundaries, but boundaries are not coming. So if they can just keep this idea of rotating. Back to that record of Fanny, her achievement drew praise from the international cricket community and highlighted the rapid growth of women's cricket in Rwanda. And Sungeni Kananji missing the line once again, and another wide comes into the place. This is not going to be easy for Team Malawi. Yesterday when Malawi was bowling, they have bowled 19 extras, 3 no balls, 9 wides. cut away, power free, and the ball is racing all the way to the boundary, and another boundary comes into the place.
Short and wide, cuts with the full blade of the bat, throwing her all the weight. And that is another 4. You can never ball short and wide on Giselle. You can see she never even moved her feet. She knew where the ball was going.
Because yesterday they have bowled 9 wides and 3 no balls. You can spot the way they were just trying a lot of things. Thick outside edge, and the ball is racing all the way to the boundary, and another boundary comes in. Third man was not awake enough to stop that one.
In the stumps, thick outside edge, racing away to the boundary, but the fielder at third man was too much wide. She was wider, cruising a little too backward point. And Giselle will get the third boundary. And she is getting the touch. And Mr. Enoch, it is the last ball of the 5th over. There is a magic, a mystery that happens on the last ball of the over. But Giselle survived this one. Talking about the power play, it always happens in the 5th over or the 6th. The first 4 overs, you might fail. I mean, when you're batting. But when the 5th and 6th over comes on, when the 2 batters are still in, no wicket lost, I'm telling you the changes will happen. And it happened in the last over of Malawi bowling. 2 boundaries conceded in that one. Zimbabwe women high performance versus Brazil is the highest score of the tournament. They scored 153 for 6. It was the game played yesterday.
It was a great game to watch, Mr. Emil. And the funny fact, if you look at the figures, bowling figures of Sungeni Kananchi, and you compare them to where she bowled yesterday, from here you can see she bowled 3 overs and they got 18 from those deliveries. And even yesterday, she bowled 3 overs and they got 18 runs. The difference is only in wickets. Yesterday, she picked 1 wicket. And from here, you can see best bowlers Kuzai Chigola from Zimbabwe Women's High Performance, who have played 2 innings and picked 5 wickets with 1 maiden, averaging 7, and with economy of 5, followed by Lucky Marino, who have picked 4 wickets in 1 game. She have played with economy of 3, and Shola Adekunle have played 1 game and picked 3 with economy of 3, and Michelle Mavunga from Zimbabwe have picked 2 wickets just in 2 innings, averaging 10, and Nyasha Gwanzura have scored 100. This is the great thing about Kwibuka. You can see a person being the very first batter and still in top bowlers counting in there. You can see the players with a lot of boundaries and maximums. Still Gwanzura leading with 17 boundaries and 6 maximums. Laula Kadoso 7 boundaries, and Berisim Lekatete with 5 maximums. And Lunyararo Paspanondia with 6 boundaries, and Kelin Dilaya with 2 maximums. Kelin Dilaya once again with 5 boundaries, and Mrekatete Beriz with 3 boundaries. Laura Cardoso 1 maximum, and Ana Clara Sabino from Brazil with 1 maximum. Laura Cardoso yesterday she bowled well, and it reflects to the reason why she is the world record holder with those 9 wickets in a single game when they're playing against Lesotho. We are in drinks break. Very shortly, we'll be back. Stay tuned. We are back. Way too straight on the stumps. And Brigitte Kasinja comes into the attack from the mountain end. Team Rwanda moving by 6 runs per over, and projected score is the same score they have scored yesterday against Zimbabwe HPC. Bridget Kasinja to continue. Fanny stepping out and giving herself a room to play that one onto the offside, and they will be coming back for the second one. And yes, 2 runs on the card from Fanny Utakushimaninde. Giselle Ishimwe is already in her 20s. From here, you can see the strike rate. They are not being aggressive because they are all moving with 100. The strike rate. Fanuta Kushimaninde, who is just showing some gestures of trying to get those big shots. And unfortunately, it's not working in her favor. But it's not that Team Rwanda are not trying their best. Sometimes you have also to give the credit to the bowlers. Because yesterday we have seen Malawi restricting Nigeria from reaching 100. This time around, Giselle Shimge stepping out and hitting that one onto the leg side region, but finding a sharp fielder there. Stepping out and hitting that one straight on the ground. Not enough power, but there is a misfield. And Giselle will be going back for the second one. Yesterday we have seen Malawi doing great with bowling, but with fielding, it wasn't great. And that's where they have lost the game. End of the over number 6, and it's the end of power play. And Team Rwanda, Giselle Shimge is still in there with 23 of 24. Taushimaninde 12 of 12. And the total score is 41 without loss. That's the highlight of the power play. Those are some of the boundaries we've witnessed so far. I've seen Fanny standing tall, and even Shimge Giselle standing tall and stepping out and putting up some runs on the board. The question is, how long can this partnership stay there, and how much are them going to add on the board? That was some of the iconic moments, some brilliant shots you've witnessed in the power play in the first 6 overs. Fanuta Kushimaninde, who have scored a century on her debut. She's looking forward to do more. Pulled away power free, and there is no protector there at the rope. And another boundary comes into the place. Vanessa Kanyanda, field just number 9. Not with a great start at all. Not bouncing the ball. Missing the line completely. And Fanny Utakushimaninde punished that delivery completely. And he made the most out of that delivery, and the boundary it is. Now the current run rate jumped straight from 6 runs per over to 7 runs per over. And the free hit it is. Utakushimaninde Fanny. Let us see who's going to win the battle. Is it the bowler Vanessa Kanyanda Fili or Fanny? Here we goes. Fanny playing that one straight on the ground, but there is a protector at mid-off, and a single it will be. Team Malawi always being energetic since the very first day of the tournament. It was yesterday, and today it's day number 2 of Kwibuka Women's Tournament, edition number 12. Catches the call, and unfortunately, there was a collision between two fielders, and they dropped that one, and that's where basics always comes into the place. Players of under 10, under 15 being trained to say mine or my catch, and yet here on national team we are just denying those basics, and we always bring consequences on the table. Vanessa Kenyanda, who is just trying to variate so that she can put or she can bring a breakthrough. Let us see. Played up in there. Is it going to be taken? And it's another boundary, and Team Rwanda will cruise into their 50s. They were 49, and now it's 53. Giselle Ishimwe, who is also at 29 of 26. Look at that. Look at the way it was a full toss, and Giselle, without single hesitation, she knew there was a protector at the rope, but it was a risk worthy to be taken. And now Team Rwanda jumped into their 50s. Projected score is 163. Played once again, and the ball is racing all the way to the boundary, and they will be coming back, and another boundary comes into place. We are just witnessing a rain and plenty of boundaries here. It's Giselle Ishimwe and Fanny Utaushimaninde. I've said it before. These two have both scored the hundreds. They know how it feels like. Maybe they are also willing to put up another centuries. Blocked and blocked straight into the vacant region. And another single comes into the place. And this is what we've been saying from the very first delivery. You have seen the way they were playing when it was Lucky Marino who was bowling and Sungeni Kananji in first overs. They were just trying to go for those biggies. And whenever those biggies were not coming, they really looked bad and they were not scoring. And this time around, Giselle and Fanny, they have changed the approach. They have changed the strategy. If those big hits are not working, what about trying those singles and look, scoring a boundary and then going for that rotation? And now it's working. Just trying to watch the ball closely, and she's not giving it a try. And that's the end of over number 7. Team Rwanda having 58 without loss. The current run rate is 80 runs per over. And that's the dugout of Team Malawi. You can see bananas on the table. So if you are watching us live, you can jump straight and reach here. You're going to get one banana free because you can see them on your screen. And this is Kwibuka Women's Tournament. And this tournament is here to honor the people who have lost their lives in genocide against Tutsi in 1994. Stepping out and hitting that one straight down the ground. The chase is on and the boundary comes into place.
not interested at all, not the gloves or the bat. And this is what you will be expecting from Giselle whenever she crosses that power play. I'm telling you, she will even become more dangerous. And Brigitte Kasinja to bowl her second over. Down the track again. But there is a protection, a fumble there, and the ball is racing away to the bar. There is a recovery there. And they managed to get a double on that one. And Giselle moving into 40s of just 31. And Fanny on 17 of 15. A great partnership of 64. And the projected score moved on 171. This is what taking time means. Leaving that one and having a run. That's a very smart batting. Leg by, indicated by the umpire. And just 2 days ago, before the tournament starts, before yesterday, it was on Wednesday. Beg your pardon, Tuesday, in a press conference, they asked the senior women's head coach for Rwanda, Leonard Namburu, and the captain, Diane Menyimana, what should we expect from them as being the only team to win this title? And he replied very well. He responded very well that every team which is here is not easy to play, and they are here for the money. They know what they want. They want the trophy too. And again, with the experience they took from the tournaments they've been playing, from Nigeria to the Challenge Trophy here, hosted by Rwanda, they are now in a position to understand how the game is being played and not to expect too much from the game. You just need to be doing good. You just need to be doing the right thing at the right moment and lower your expectations. And as you know, if you are a fan or a spectator, you expect the people to entertain you. And that's what he really touched hard. And he said, if you are expecting them to entertain you, please don't come at the ground. If they know what to do, they will become. He is not putting any pressure on the players because he knows how much it means for them. They are the only one who are in the ground. They are the one in the middle. They know what to do. They are under pressure, not him. And a very smart guy talking about that, it means a lot. It comes back to the question you asked earlier, saying, can Rwanda manage to score 150 by the way they are playing? And I've said, with this calmness and composure, they might get even more than 150. Not granted, but again, they really know, they surely know what to do and how to go about it. That's what the coach said, and the captain said it clearly, saying they really need to win this title. But again, they know what it takes. It is a process. No team is easy to take here. And that is taking us into the 9th over. And Vanessa Kanyanda Feed is bowling her second over. The first one went for 18. I beg your pardon. The first one went for 17. And the first ball of the second over went for a single. Very good combination in the middle there by Shizawa and Fanny Utakushimaninde, having maximum use of the ground being opened and spread out. The fielders are out. You miss, they go for two. You blink, you lose another one. An interesting field set. Long on, deep square, third man, and deep extra covers. Playing it over the cover's head, and they'll get two easily. And Giselle just 6 runs short to get to half century. Giselle, one of the dangerous batters. She can get those boundaries. She can run twos. She can rotate the strike. Very good at playing spin, especially when you're bowling length. And again, she can double step and clear you. Lazy fielders. The body language, the energy, they are not hype, the atmosphere in the middle there, it says it all. And this really happens. It's normal for the teams that are being pumped. But again, whatsoever, yesterday Brazil was under the pump, but they managed. Imagine if one player, a single player, managed to score 115 and the team ended up scoring 153. That means how much work they've put in to manage that, what was turning out to be 200 or 180, to turn it into 150. You never lose hope. You don't give up. And that's what she said, Rola, the captain of Brazil. And it should be applied here. A chance of a catch, but it is up and over for another boundary for Giselle. And it is the 50 for her half century in style. We've witnessed half centuries being get in style by boundaries. Yesterday, Giselle I beg your pardon. Yesterday, Belize got a half century, hitting that maximum, and Giselle today said, "I'll get this for and move into my half century." 50 runs in 38 balls, with a partnership of Fanny of 19 of 17. Rwanda is at 77 in 9 overs, and the projected score is 171. Look at that. Full and wide, freeing her arms and throwing all the weight on that one. And Giselle will move into the 50s.
That's a well-deserved 50 for a player like Giselle Shimge. Giselle, who have been playing a crucial role for Team Rwanda. She is a very good asset for Team Rwanda and Rwanda Cricket Association in general. Giselle, who serves in that Hampshire Cricket Club, that Hampshire Women's Cricket Club from Ndera, Gasabo district. She have been doing this. Played onto the leg side and the chest is on. There is a protector there. Jersey number 3 doing very great. Not missing that occasion. Not a misfield. And Giselle will just pick up a single. Look, now the current run rate have jumped to 8 runs per over, and they started with 4. Played straight down the ground, too quick and too sharp to be stopped. That's too clean. And another boundary comes into the place. It's Fanny Utakushimaninde. Is it going to be a partnership of 100? Let's just wait and see. Team Rwanda being behind, falling short of 17 runs to reach into triple digits. Projected score now have moved to 178. Mr. Emi Rukidisa have said that they might reach in, or they might put up 150 plus. Let us just wait and see if he can prophesy. Few inches from getting to the rope, and Utakushimaninde Fanny will pick up a double. Team Malawi doing great, and also Team Rwanda doing their best. Earlier on the toss, Team Malawi have gained the earlier advantage by calling correctly They called head, and the head it was, and they have opted to have ball first. Another great pitch of delivery, and another great shot, and another great fielding skills there in the covers. Both teams being electric. And another white comes into the place. Two more legal deliveries. Playing that one between two fielders, and the ball is racing over the boundary, and another boundary comes into the place. You can see jersey number 17 running and dancing at the same time, saying that, oh my God, the ball is reaching the boundary. She saw it coming. And look the way she was running towards it, and at the same time dancing, saying that it has gone. Last delivery of this over. Played straight once again, but straight to the fielder. And another dot delivery comes into the place. And this will mark over number 10 on the card. And we are already halfway there. 90 runs on the board without loss in 10 overs. Giselle and Fanny, they are still in there. You can see the Manhattans. The first over, they have got 1, 2. Second over, they have got 8. Third, they have got 7. And the tallest are the 3, the 5th, and 7th, and 10th, where they have got 11, 17, and 13. This is how they have been playing, climbing up, and climbing up. And we hope and we expect to see a lot from this game. As Team Rwanda, they have said that they are willing to take this one home, as they are the host and the initiator of this tournament. 90 is the score on the board without loss.
It's Kwibuka Women's T20I tournament, the 12th edition of this tournament, as we honor the lives lost in 1994, the genocide against Tutsi. It is a beautiful tournament here, bringing up people together, parents, young talents, ladies, gentlemen from all over the world coming here to watch the beautiful game of cricket. And again, these are who are playing, showing the development, unity that we're putting in. It's been 32 years. And back to the game. Ishimwe Giselle, a 21-year-old girl, 21-year-old lady, scoring her third half century, having one century, the highest of 114. And Rwanda is already on 90 in 10 overs. Mr. Enoch, if you look at the development wise of Rwanda cricket, if you look at how Giselle has grown, and by the way, Giselle holds some records of being the 10th most runs on the single ground of 491 in women's T20 internationals, and being the third youngest player to score 100 on just 17 years in women's T20I. And if you see when Giselle started to play, Utakushimani Defani was that young to look up to her. And now they are playing together. They are opening the bat for the country. They are presenting the badge. And this really shows how much you might think Giselle is that old. She is 21 years old. And now she is playing with a 16, if I'm not mistaken, year-old Utakushimani Defani, who used to look up on her. And now they are playing together. These credits Randy Rurangwa and the staff of national team, Leonard Namburu and Adere Tuizere, who are doing a very great job for the girls. And in general, this is a very beautiful thing. We cannot look down on the team Malawi, who are also improving, specifically, in particular, their bowling have been impressive. And if you look at the last Kwibuka they played in 2025, they've improved a lot. And the captain said it earlier on the toss. Even though I think it is going the other way, they say they would like to restrict them under 100 mark. But so far, it is only 4 runs short to get on that and 9 overs to spare. Very good partnership of Giselle and Fanny there in the middle. And Malawi are now thinking, how are they going to break this partnership? How are they going to get a breakthrough? You can see the economy of bowlers here. Nobody is under 6. Lydia Lucin Dimba is the only one at 6. The rest are over. And that means they are moving over 6 runs and over. And that is going to get Rwanda to 160 plus if they manage it well. There is a chance of catch and brilliantly taken. Oh my goodness. Look at that. After bowling a brilliant 3 overs, she said, I'll help you to break through, to break this partnership. What an innings from Giselle Ishimwe, who had to depart on 54 of just 43. What a catch. Look at that. Double stepping down the track. A running catch, a dive, putting in a dive. You will never see that often. Oh my lord, that's a beautiful catch. One of the best in the tournament so far.
And the great partnership of Takushimaninde Fani and Shimgezel comes to an end. Shingwezel have scored 54 or 44 with 4 boundaries, no maximum, trying to go for a maximum and didn't work for her. And she found a fielder in the deep. A beautiful and exciting innings from Giselle Ishimwe comes to an end by that catch taken in the deep. And Praise Mazia takes the first wicket of Team Rwanda. And coming in is Mutoniwase Clarissa, the left-hander. Yeah, sometimes taking wicket is good. Actually, it's always taking wickets will be good and is good. But what I've seen is sometimes we'll get a wicket of this batter who was not troubling the score. And yes, we'll celebrate it. And what you don't see coming is that you are inviting a dangerous batter. Yeah, sometimes you can just take a wicket and yes, you celebrate it. But on the other hand, you are inviting a person who's just coming to make a great damage. This is it. Giselle, who was just struggling to go off the mark in the very first beginning, is out. And this time around, the one who is in, without taking too long, she is testing the blood on the boundary. By that great shot, it's Clarisse Mutoniwase. After facing 2, she got 4 runs. Clarisse is this kind who can not stay there, not scoring. You either get her out or she either get those runs. It's a balanced equation. You take a wicket or she takes you on. Now let us see what's going to happen. 2 more legal deliveries from Praise Mazia. Praise Mazia, I think you just have to come back from that side because you have seen the way Clarisse likes and knows to play on that leg side. In that region, Clarisse is way too better. Loud appeal, and umpire is not convinced. Umpire is not convinced. And it's a leg by Faniu Maninde having the strike on this last delivery. A very good start from Clarisse Mutoniwase. Getting the boundary, it helps to shift the pressure from your side to the opponent's side. Now let us see what Faniu Maninde is going to do. Praise Mazia to deliver the last delivery of this over number 12. Projected score is 174. Praise Mazia charging in. Missing the line and the length completely, and another wide comes into the place. 103 after the loss of 1 is the score. Played and played to the vacant place, and the chase is on. The girl who have taken a brilliant catch is also doing a great work in the deep by saving 2 runs for Team Malawi, and that's the end of over number 12. 104 runs on the board after the loss of 1. The projected score is 177, and the current run rate is 80 runs per over. It's Team Rwanda versus Team Malawi, and it's Kwibuka Women's Tournament, edition number 12.
$29 so far after 12 overs. is what Malawi managed to ball to Rwandan players. And Umutoni Wase Cladis is already at 4-4. If you really know Cladis technique-wise, if you've seen her batting in local leagues, if you know Cladis, you would never ever agree that the highest score of hers is 29 against Uganda, because she deserves even a century. I'm telling you, is one of the best players we've got in the country here in Rwanda. And yet, again, not. My God. That is a bold. And she's out again. Yet to get her prime, yet to get her touch. Look at that. Straight in the stumps, going across the line, hitting that leg stump. Not really happy with herself. It happens. Antonio Wasekladis on 4 of 6. Bowled by Lydia Rushandimba. And the incoming batter is Melville Wase, who has been really doing good, especially playing spin. One of the greatest players of spin. And yesterday was dismissed by the spinner trying to sweep. And they say your shot is the one which gets you out. Melve will join Utakushima in the funny on 34 of 25, and the team is on 106 for 2. Hopefully they don't crumble, they don't collapse. They had a very good start, and one of the batters is still in. I mean the opening batters, and she is set on 34. A big appeal there, but the umpire Remy Singisgo said no. There was no any close contact of the bat and the ball. An interesting field. Short third, backward point, deep extra cover. Talking about the sweeping, Merve was able to start with that sweep off the mark. And Fanny will help her to get off the mark by completing that single. Very good communication. Fanny Utakushimaninde, who isn't that quick in the middle there, but again, our communication helps her a lot. She judges well. Takes Hiroshimi down the track, getting a nick, a thin edge. And they managed to get a double there. Fanny, who is not holding back, saying, I can also get my half century. And the projected score is still 170, which might move up or lower. It depends on how you go about, because the current run rate is at 8.49. A gift of a full toss. Trying to pull that one, never gets a full connection. This leads to the end of the 13th over. The score is at 109 for 2. And you can see people are all around here the ground to watch the games. That is Shema. The other gentleman here, and Golila's Coffee. If you are passing around here, just please come and grab a cup of coffee as you watch a beautiful game of cricket here at Gahanga International Cricket Stadium. It is Kwibuka Women's T20I Tournament, the 12th edition. Lydia Luciandimba to bowl her third over. First 2 went for 9, took 1 wicket. Slapping that one through covers, racing away to the boundary, but there was not enough power behind that ball. But they managed to get a double on that one. Melve Uwase, who is really also eager and runs very well in the middle. Very good at sweeping, playing horizontal shots. If you bowl short, you'll be dispatched.
understanding the assignment, taking a double step down the track, bowled it full and wide. Got a full connection on that one, and it is the first boundary for Melve Uwase. Look at the judgment and the transfer of weight behind the ball, eyes on the ball, and doing the basics right. And the ball is sent straight to the boundary. Praise Mazia, who took the wicket of Fanny Utakushmaninde. Merve stepping out once again up in there. Is it going to be taken? The ball lands in a vacant region. Praise Mazia just need to be aware of every single delivery that she's delivering so that she can set the field correspondingly. Takushmaninde Fanny trying to cut that one, and unfortunately she missed it. Was that a flick or a helicopter? Whatever it was, all I've seen is that it was a great shot and the run out chains, and the run out it is. What a way to get out. I would like to see that once again on the replay. I think that Fanny was in there. Let us see. In the first place, I was going to say that Praise Mazia is the one who took that wicket, made a breakthrough, creating that opportunity where just number 17 have caught Giselle. And I said that was funny. And this time around, Praise Mazia, it's like she held me and she took Fanny too. Look at that. Oh. That's it.
A close call by the umpire there. It is an out. Fanny Utakushimaninde being dismissed on 36 of 28. A great innings displayed by her. And again, this is really so bad when you're batting and you feel like I'm getting my touch. I'm gonna try my all the shots. If I had something, haven't tried something, I'm gonna try it. And you get out on a run out. It is so bad, and you saw how unhappy she was with herself. And also for Melville, you feel like I've made a mistake, and yet it was a clearly poor communication in the middle because it was never a run there. And that brings in Ishimwe Henriette to join Melville Uwase in the middle there. One ball to complete the 14th over. Getting on one knee, trying to sweep that one. It was a short pitch. Melville was very good at sweeping and said, I should be going for that one. And after 14 overs, the score is at 117 for 3. And projected score lowered a little, 3 runs, and it is 167. 6 more overs to get to 20 overs. And the lowest score of the tournament is 46 for 10 in 10.3 overs. When Nigeria was playing against Malawi yesterday, the same ground here at Ground B, Ishimwe Henriette to face the Rivley, and it is a dot ball. A very dangerous batter, an aggressive batter, experience. The seniors in the team. She knows what to do. And it is Henriette for you. She gets off the mark in style by hitting that boundary. You can never miss on Ishimwe. Look at that. Short pitch, stepping out of the leg stump, throwing all her weight on that ball. Ishimwe Henriette, dangerous batter. It doesn't take that long. It doesn't take him to warm up. She's already warm. She said, I've done some throwdowns in the net. You put it here, I'll take it on. Takes a little shimmy down the track. A chance of a catch there. But went over the fielder in the covers. And if you noticed, there is a common thing in Rwandan players when batting. They most of the time when they want to overhit the ball, they step out the crease. And Melve had me well, took a one step off the crease and cleared the boundary again. It is the second boundary in this over. It is turning to be a very good over for Rwanda and an expensive one for Malawi. An interesting game here. Look at that. She had me well, say no more. I'm gonna do it again. Placed in the gap just between extra covers and covers, and nobody couldn't get on that one. And it is the second boundary of the over. And Lydia Lucia Ndimba, after bowling very two good overs, now she's being punished. MFA will cut that one, racing away to the boundary, very quick outfield. A fumble there, a fumble again. And they're managed to get a double on that one. Melve, I'm telling you, she is one of the best players to play horizontal shots. Cuts, pull, sweeps, and reverses. If you miss, you're gonna get punished. And Lydia Rushandimba getting some advices from her teammates. Melve once again stepping out, getting an edge there, an outside edge. But it doesn't matter. She got 2 runs, and to complete the 15th over, very good over for Rwanda, an expensive one for Malawi. And the projected score moves again up on 173. The score is at 130 for 3 after 15.
Those are the flags. One of Zimbabwe, one of Brazil, Malawi, Nigeria, and Team Rwanda. Wasemelve having 16 of 9 deliveries. Shinge Henriette, 5 of 3 deliveries. And the total score on the board is 130. After the loss of 3, the projected is 173. They're just moving by 80 runs. Let us just wait and see what's going to be the total at the end of the day for Team Rwanda.
An off spinner bowling to Ishimwe Henriette. And she will be playing into the wind and not against. She will be playing with the wind, which will be much easier for her to clear the boundary, as it is the shortest boundary. But for now, it is the last wicket. So it will be somehow some distance added up. But again, it is still a shortest distance, shortest end of the ground. And that's where the wind blows to, which makes it easier for them to clear that boundary or get runs from there. But Melve will still try to score from the offside. Those two are going very well, building partnerships. We've seen it yesterday, 4 partnerships from Zimbabwe HPC chasing 139. We've seen it again from Rwanda, Belize Murekatete. And partnerships matters. Keeping it simple, just playing your ball, just watching the ball and play it where it asks to be hit. And yes, Inyasha Gwanzura yesterday summarized it well, saying, I just watched the ball and hit it powerfully. It was a chance of a catch, and the fielder there said, I'll put a dive on that one. And it is another boundary. That is Henriette for you. And look at that. Again, stepping out, throwing all her weight on that one. A good effort from the fielder, a long off, but couldn't get that one right and stop that one from getting to the boundary. After 16 overs, the score is at 136 for 3, moving on 8.50. Henriette already on 10 of 7, and Wasemelve 17 of 11. Very good partnership from these two. And what are we gonna witness in the last 4 overs? Already 19 from 13 partnership from Henriette and Wasemelve. Henriette contributing 10 of 7. Dancing down the track again and clears the boundary. That is Melve for you. It is another boundary. You can see the smile on their faces. You know what they are doing. Taking a double step down the track, accessing that ball at the bounce. Full and wide. Clapping that one powerfully. And it is another boundary for Melve. First boundary on the very first ball of the over. Unlucky Marino, who bowled very well. Bowled 2 overs for 17. Not an impressive economy, but again, one of the dangerous bowlers of Malawi. Just changed side. She was coming from the Mount end, but now she is coming from the Airport Road end. Up in the air, and it is over. It is a biggie. The first maximum of the innings.
Wasemelve, who is on fire today. Look at the way she triggered moving forward and giving herself enough room to take over that delivery, and it's over the rope all the way for a maximum. Projected score is 179. Up once again, and they are just 4 runs behind from getting to 150 runs, and the highest score of the tournament we have seen towards Zimbabwe playing versus Brazil. It's 153. Can Rwanda break this record? Let's just wait and see. Merve stepping out, trying to go on the Lakeside region, but missing it completely. I beg your pardon, it's Ishimwe Henriette, the captain of Indatwa Hampshire Women's Cricket Club. Lucky Marino, Ishimwe stepping out, playing that one onto the Lakeside region. There is a mid-wicket, and Ishimwe being quick enough to get there in time. Just last delivery. Let us see Merveille, who is on fire, what he's going to be doing with this last delivery. Here we go, just number 2. Stepping out and hitting that one straight on the ground. It's going to be a boundary. There is a protector there, and the ball is saved before it can even get close to the rope. And that's the end of over number 17. 150 up for Team Rwanda. What a way to bring up 150 runs. Wasemelve being on 30 after facing 15, and Ishimwe Henriette 11 after facing 9 deliveries. Look at the strike rate. Merveille going by 200 and Ishimwe going by 122. Back in the very first place, Ishimwe and Taushiman Indefani were going by 120 plus. That's the beauty of Team Rwanda, and you can't deny the fact that Team Malawi have done very, very, very well. The total extras as 14 so far. Can Team Rwanda cruise beyond 153? I see it coming, Mr. Emil. And Team Rwanda will be the country to set the highest score of the tournament so far. And this is game number 5 of the tournament, and day number 2, Kwibuka Women's Tournament, edition number 12.
A very good strike rate from Rwandan batters, except Clarisse, who is under 100. The rest are over 100 strike rate. Pulled powerfully away, and it is another maximum from Ishimwe Henriette. Powerful from her.
What a way for Team Rwanda to surpass the score which have been set by Team Zimbabwe HPC. Look at the way Ishimwe Henry stepped out, playing that one powerfully, and it was a massive hit straight on the mount. Ishimwe stepping out once again, but missing the connection completely, and they are just going back for the second one. But Melveye Owase saying no, they are both captains. They have been playing against each other in women's T20 local league in Rwanda, where Merve is the captain of Gahanga Queens Cricket Club and Ishimwe is captain of Indatwa Hampshire Women's Cricket Club. It's another swing and miss. Praise Mazia. Pav already gone for 30 in 3.4 overs. Shabbold. Can Team Rwanda put up 170 or 180? Let us just wait and see. Chase is on and is down the track. They're going back for the second one. Can Ishimwe make it on time? And yes, she will. What a way for Team Rwanda to put up 159. One more run to put up 160 and one more legal delivery from Praise Mazia. Here we go. Medvey on the strike. Stepping out and hitting that one straight on the ground. It's going to be a boundary. Another boundary comes into the place and it's 163. What a way to enter 160s, Mr. Emir Kiriza. It's Team Rwanda.
Dancing down the track again, accessing an offside region. It is the gap, just playing it past the cover fielder, and the long off couldn't get on that one. And Merve is already on 36 of 18. After 18 overs, Rwanda is at 163 for 3, and projected score moved on 181. And the partnership of 46 of 25. The umpire Remy Sinyezwa signaling the slow over it as they being penalized. They will be only allowed to have 3 fielders outside the inner ring, the inner circle. Ishimwe Henriette trying to access that region of a long off, who is at mid off inside the circle. Wide. Lucky Marino trying to ball it wider. And yet there is no protection if Ishimwe can access there. And I'm telling you, she's very good at playing in covers. And this time round, she couldn't get enough connection on that one. You can see she's pointing there. She wanted to play it in the covers. Not connecting it, going into the mid-wicket region. Having cow corner, long on, and deep extra covers. MLV Use, what are you doing? Try to go for a reverse sweep. Getting enough connection, but there was a protection. And she kept it for just a single. And Ishimwe Henriette is back on strike. Down the track, up in the air, and an easy catch completed.
That was a sitter. There was no way Malawi was going to drop that one. And what a way for Henriette to depart. She played a beautiful innings. 19 of 14. Look at that, stepping out, just trying to go for a biggie, trying to go all over the rope just for a maximum, trying to entertain the fans around the ground. And then unfortunately, she missed the connection. But Ishimwe Henriette have done well, I'm telling you. And Wase Merve is still in there. 37 is the score.
Correction, Mr. Enoch. She wasn't trying to entertain the fans. I'm telling you, if you was in the middle there, you would have done the same. That what was supposed to be done, and Ishimwe and Riet contributed very beautiful thing on the scoreboard, making sure that the team crosses the line of 150. The captain asked for 130 and 30 plus, but the player said, "No, we'll get you." Oh my goodness! It is a catch completed. Alice Ikuzwe not holding back, trying to move into the momentum of the other players, but unfortunately got caught on the boundary by the fielder at deep mid wicket. And Lucky Marino taking those wickets as she did yesterday, even though she was hit today, almost moving on 9 point something and over. And Ikuzwe Alice will have to depart on a golden duck, 0 of 2. And Belize Murekatete, after scoring half century yesterday in just 22 balls, is in to play the last over with Melve Uwase. What are we going to witness? Melve, who is set but really knows how much powerful Belize is. Is she going to get her on strike? Or is she going to do the job for herself? And I'm telling you, if Melve gets it right, she can even score the half century too. It's only 13 runs short of 50, and it is the last over of the innings. And Sungeni Kananji, after bowling 3 overs, the opening bowler, very good bowler, even though she is moving at 6 and over, and though she is the most economical, she's gonna bowl the last over of the innings, having long gone deep extra covers, and the rest are inside. And now the captain decided to have third man out in the deep.
Again, Kananji is the one to deliver the last over of the innings. Projected score is 175. Let us see if Team Rwanda can surpass that score. Here we goes. Reverse stepping out and hitting that one straight on the ground, not with no enough power, but this will allow Murekatete Belize to go on the crease, to go on the striking end. Now let us see. Was it a plan of Meriveye for her to let Belize face? Here he goes. Sungeni Kananji. Swing and miss. The bat was swinging, and at the same time the ball was swinging, going outside off. So Belize, we have to be aware. We have to wait for every single delivery. Otherwise, it's going to be an expensive over for Team Rwanda. Look at that once again. The wicketkeeper missing that delivery completely, and it allows Murekatete Belize to go on the striking end, allowing Meriveye Uwase to come back to the striking end.
Not an easy thing to do, coming in and scoring a boundary from the very first ball you face. So it doesn't have to disturb Belize Murekatete, who might think I'm the boundary hitter. No, it doesn't work every day. And Sungeni Kananji bowling very well outside off stump, which will take a lot of work from Belize to clear that region, and she's got the protection there in the deep. She either move on the off stump or cast that one. Swing and a miss again. And it is an out. It is a wicket. Belize very disappointed in herself. She was clearly out of the line if we can't get that one. And the keeper being smart enough to throw the ball into the stumps.
That's the replay. That's how it was. And Murekatete Belize have to depart. The new batter comes in. You can't believe that in 3 overs, Sungeni Kananji have offered 18 runs, and so far, after delivering 4 deliveries of this last over, they have only got 2 runs, and yet she even picked a wicket. The captain Imenyimana Maridian to face the last delivery of this innings. Sungeni Kananji charging in, then stepping out, and it's a wide. It's a wide. The pressure is mounting up. Let's see Sungeni Kananji trying to talk to her colleague, telling them what she's trying to do. She's charging in once again, straight to Diana Benyimana. Benyimana stepping out and hitting that one straight on the ground, and the ball is racing all the way to the boundary. And what a way to go off the mark for the captain of Team Rwanda, Benyimana Maridian, facing one delivery and hitting a boundary, going off back to the 10th with a strike rate of 400. What a way for the captain to go off the mark.
Captain Diana Imenyimana helping the team to set the highest score of the tournament so far, 174. And Malawi will need 175 to win this one. And you can see there on your screens, Utakushimani the funny 37 of 29, 54 from Giselle. Clarisse unlucky 4 of 6, 39. Osemelve of 21 not out. Ebimenyimana Diana on a strike rate of 400. Vanessa Kanyanda Phil taking a catch of Henriette Ishimwe, who was being very dangerous on 19 of 15. And they had Irera Rosina Muganeza Grace and Ruth Uwimana, who were yet to bat. Malawi giving away 17 extras in 174 runs scored by Rwanda. And those are the partnerships there on your screens. Fanny, which is 96, only 4 runs short to get on 100 partnership. 10 of 7, Fanny and Clarisse. And the another big one was between Ishimwe Henriette and Wandose Melve, who were also 1 run short to get to 50. And you can see the bowling of Malawi. Only 1 bowler, Sungeni Kananji, on 6, and the rest are over that one. Lucky Marino to take 2 wickets. 34 runs in 4 overs. Was the most wicket taker for Malawi. And you can see the fall of wickets for Rwanda. There was a very clear gap. That day there was some partnerships built, apart from this one of 4th and 5th, which went without contributing a run. And Malawi will be asked to chase 174. The captain for Malawi being disappointed in her bowling lineup. She wanted to restrict Rwanda under 100 runs. And Rwanda wanted 130. And fortunate enough, Captain Diane and the team managed to get 174. Don't go away. We'll be back shortly, witnessing a run chase of Malawi being asked to chase 175 in 20 overs.
Welcome back to the Kwibuka Women's T20 tournament. It's the second innings. The stage is set for a fascinating run chase here at the Kwibuka T20 tournament. Rwanda has posted an imposing total of 174 runs in the very first innings, setting a challenging target for the chasing side. The equation is simple but far from easy. 175 runs required for victory. As we begin the second innings, the pressure shifts from the batters. Can they produce a memorable chase? As it's going to be the highest chase of the tournament so far, or will Rwanda's bowlers rise to the occasion and defend this total? The next 20 overs promise excitement, drama, and perhaps a defining moment in this year's Kwibuka tournament. Stay with us as the chase gets underway. The target is 175. The challenge is huge, and every run from here will matter. Buckle up. The second innings is about to begin. You can see the wicketkeeper trying to set everything in the right position, in the right place, trying to help the captain of Team Rwanda. And Team Malawi, they are all set on the surface. You've seen Team Malawi's bowling. They're very good. Their bowling asks a lot of questions. Yesterday we have seen that Team Zimbabwe, whenever it comes to spinners and medium pacers, it's a huge challenge. Let us see what about Malawi when it comes to quick bowlers. We have got one in the count, and she is Murekatete Belize, one of the quickest in the region and one of the quickest that I've seen. Team Rwanda ready to open the count. Yules Chilalile, the captain, and Angela Lumbe on the crease. Here we go. First delivery of the innings comes up. It's Belize Murekatete, jersey number 10. Belize, who have scored 52 of 22 deliveries yesterday against have scored that total against Zimbabwe, and today she didn't manage to put up a single score. A wide, not a very good start. Starting off with a wide delivery is Belize Murekatete. Here the equation is very simple. Keeping it tight, keeping it straight on the stumps. That can be the key for Team Rwanda to maintain the high net run rate. There, that's the line. Making sure that it's not a full toss, because she bowled a full toss. Just trying to be specific when asking questions. The batter. Belize is charging in. Straight onto the leg side region. We are into the run chase. The required run rate is 80 runs per over. Anti Malawi, they are just moving by 3 runs. If Malawi are going to win this game, how long do you think it's going to take them?
I cannot predict, and it's never gonna be easy by the stats. But again, it's the game of cricket.
Yeah, of course it's not easy. Okay, like it's simple, but far from being easy. You get, so you cannot predict that Malawi is going to win, and you cannot even predict that Rwanda is going to win. But according to what we have seen, to the way we have seen Malawi playing, I don't see them winning this one. But it's way too possible.
That's true. And Belize Murekatete, after bowling yesterday, the first over, getting hit for 18 runs in the very first over of the innings after scoring 54 of just 23. A maiden half century. Today, she made a great comeback. The only run scored in her over wasn't scored off the bat. It is an extra. 2 balls to complete the over. Slow and wide, and it is another extra. Belize Murekatete trying too much, yet she was bowling in the stumps and getting those dot balls. And this is really common with all the bowlers, but it is not a great thing to do, because when you're doing the right thing, getting those dot balls, you will be rewarded. Even if you don't, trust me, the next bowler, your partner, will get a wicket. So you only need to bowl it. Oh my goodness. That's a great ball bowled by Belize Murekatete. Should keep it just like that. Tight lines, top of off stump. Just keeping it outside off on top of off stump. Especially Ures Chiralile, the captain, is not trying too much to attack her. And with that bowling, Belize Murekatete decided to have a third man and fine leg in the deep. And Belize Murekatete conceding only 2 runs, and both are extras. 2 wides, yet to get a run off the bat. Just hitting the pads, and it is the end of the first over. 2 runs for none for Malawi, chasing 175. The required run rate is at 9.11. Very good over from Belize Murekatete, only conceding 2 runs. They need 173 of 114 balls. Very possible. And again, tricky and hard for Malawi. It will need a lot of work for them. And you can see the dugout of Rwanda, Frola, Giovannis, the assistant coach Adele, the manager Gloria. They are sitting calm, analyzing, recording some data of the game that maybe later on after the game they can analyze. And there are some details that we don't really even see, but in the team, you already know what was the plan. And as usual, Irera Ozine from the airport road end will open with Belize Murekatete. And with that, Rosine decided to have deep square and deep mid wicket, slightly a bit moving to cow corner, slips in, backward point, covers starting from the ring, and she starts off with a dot ball. Rosine Herrera, who doesn't really try much, keeps it tight in the stumps. She's got some variations, but doesn't try that much when the thing is working. Good length, but the line is wide. Not much done on this track. It is a batting highway. It is a batting paradise. Oh, good ball from Rosine Herrera. But I don't see the captain, Diana Menyumana, catching that ball. I think she's way too far. The body is slow and not turning that much. Well kept from Melve. In 2 balls to complete the second over. Is it going to be a maiden? And Ures Chiralide, even though she hadn't scored a run, she had to run to the partner, Angela Lumbe, and say, please, be calm. Don't worry. We've got this. Oh, the fast ball on the bat. And one more delivery to complete the second over of the innings. Rwanda, who looks very calm, not doing too much. As Leonard Namburu said in the start of the tournament, that they are not entertaining nobody. If you are here for entertainment, please, you better stay at home. As we move into the third over, it is the end of second over. 2 runs for none. Great over from Irera Zine, 1 for none. It is a maiden. And Berize Murekatete will continue from the mount end.
Berize Murekatete back into the attack from the mountain end. It's the third over, 173 runs required. The required run rate is climbing up. The required run rate is climbing up, and they just still have 107 deliveries. And slowly, look at the current run rate. It's now digging down into zeros, which means that we just have few deliveries, few overs to decide whether the game is slipping away from Team Malawi or not. You can see that the player of Malawi being injured there, and the physio will come into place to do some work. I hope it doesn't hurt that really much. Oh, it was hurting. It was straight to the body. But physio, we always make it on time. The score on the board is 2 runs without loss. The current run rate is 9, and the current run rate is 0, cruising to 1. Actually, I can say 1. It's 1 run per over.
Oh, Juris Chilalile, the captain for Malawi women's cricket team, was hard enough to get back. But look at that. That's the beauty of the game. That's the love of the game. You can see Alice Ikuzwe. Is that Alice? Oh my goodness. That is beautiful. Look at that. The Rwandan players carrying the captain of Malawi back in the dugout, that she's not well. Hopefully the physio will treat her well and she'll be okay. And that brings in Sunjeni Kananji to replace the captain, Uris. And one thing which makes everything easier for Rwanda is that if you start from the keeper, if you look at that, Emelve was the captain she captained under 19 here in Rwanda in the qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers. Rosine Herrera, who took the team in Botswana in 2024. Shimwe Henriette captaining one of the teams here in local league in Dartford, Hampshire. Diane Minyumana being the captain for Charity in the national team. That really shows how much it is easy for the rest to know what to do, and Giselle being the one of the best most experienced players in the side, and captain the under 19 too in the World Cup. Good line and length from Belize Murekatete. And one thing which is very critical when you're bowling to the side that you think you might be a little bit better than, and you think of getting wickets, that's when you're doing it wrong. But for Belize, look at that. No way of wanting a wicket. But I'm telling you, she will be rewarded by one. Oh, trying to bowl as slower, and they had to run. Oh, get hit by Rosine Herrera, but Angela Lumbe rubbing the thighs. Hopefully she's okay. And with that wide, they managed to take a single on that one. That makes it 2 wides. And quick update from the ground A. Nigeria managed to score. Unlucky Nelson. 111, 111. And Brazil are approaching to chase that total. They are already on 65 for 1. Beg your pardon, it's 71 for 2 after 9.5, which is giving them a chance of winning. Brazil, which is not also an easy team to take on. And Belize Murekatete to ball the fourth over, the fourth ball of the third over. Oh, and inside the edge. Is it gonna be a boundary? But Rosina Herrera is there. And there is a poor communication there. But the batter made it right back in time, and she is safe back. And look at that. Good throw from Rosine. Very good work from Hervé, but the batter was clearly back in the crease. Very good bowling from Murekatete Belize. So far, 5 runs in 1.4 overs. Oh, good ball again. Should be keeping all the balls right there. I'm telling you, she will be rewarded by a wicket. If she doesn't, Rosine will be. Because the batters will be under the pump thinking, what are we going to try and win this one? Or we are avoiding, as they are holding the lowest score of the tournament. They'll be trying to beat that total, which is never going to be easy for the bowling of Rwanda. And Belize to bowl the last ball. And it is another dot ball to complete the third over. It is 5 for none for Team Malawi. And the current run rate is at 1.67. They are requiring 10 and over.
Rosine comes back to the attack from the road end, starting off with a dot delivery. Herrera Rosine. Herrera, which means that God is holy. Can it be 2 consecutive maidens? Angela Rumbe, who have faced 10 deliveries and just scored 1 run. And Sungen Kananji, who is also still not off the mark. I can see a maiden coming. Can smell it, but way too early to decide. Is it going to be First run, yes, sir. It's not a maiden. The account is open for Rosine Herrera. 169 runs required from 98 deliveries. To be honest, I don't see Team Malawi chasing this high or huge total. It's still too early to decide, but you can see where it's going. Another block delivery, and it was the fifth delivery, the last delivery to come up. Up in there, it's going to be the first one. It's a maximum. Team Malawi Sungen Kananji opening the count. I was saying that she's still struggling to go off the mark, and it seems like she held me, and now she is off the mark with the maximum.
Sunjeni Kananji saying that power I used to bowl, that quick ball, pace bowling, I still have it when batting. And managed to get off the mark with the maximum. And it was big. And that gave the message to the captain to bring a change on bowling. She decided to give the ball to Henriette Ishimwe, who was the player of the match in the game they played against Malawi in the last year's Kwibuka. Ishimwe Henriette having third man. And the rest are in the inner ring inside the circle. Oh, a quick run taken. And it is a single. Henriette starting off with a single. Not too bad. Very okay. And I think they will be happy to see Sunjeni Kananji opening the arms, saying they will now have a chance to take a wicket. She was blocking. Sunjeni Kananji, looking at that height, they stained. She is way, way back. Oh, blocking that one. Solid, confident blocking, saying, I know what I'm doing. I'll decide which ball to hit. Sunjeni Kananji, who is a very good all-rounder, opening the bowling and playing at number 3. Place that one in the gap. Backward point, racing away to the boundary, and it is the second boundary for Team Malawi.
Ngeni Kananji, who is not holding back. Every single delivery which comes in her slot, is taking it on straight to the boundary. A very, very much needed boundary for Team Malawi. It's not only this boundary, they just need plenty of such boundaries. We've seen Ishimwe Henry doing a great job yesterday when they were playing against Zimbabwe, because they have been struggling to play those slow bowlers, medium pacers, and even spinners. But Belize went for 18 in the first over, same as Giovanni's. Seems like now it's vice versa. The climate change is crazy. And they blocked. They are just trying to go for a single, and a single it is.
Two more balls to complete the fifth over. 157 is what needed in 92 balls. Angela Lumbe is back on strike. And blocking that one after a little bit of hesitation on the previous ball and taking that single. And Rwanda really know what to do in this situation. When the team is not attacking you, you don't rush on and in dismissing them. You are not on any pressure. You just give it time. You do the simple things right when fielding, when bowling tight lines, and the rest will fall in place. And that moves us into the end of the fifth over. The score is at 19 for none. They're moving at 3.80 and they need 156 in 90 balls. You can see the graph showing how Rwanda was moving and Malawi yet to move as Rwanda did. Rwanda in the yellow, Malawi in the blue. And there is a bowling change from the airport road end. The captain Mimenyimana Diane, shot number 79, decided to bring herself on the attack. She's got that swing, she's got that an outswinger, and that's allowed her to have a slip, backward point, extra cover, mid off, mid on, mid wicket, and short fine leg. Having only one fielder outside the ring. Good length, a little bit wider, outside off stump. And Angela Lumbe on 4 of 16 already. Couldn't touch that one. If you look at the stains of Angela Lumbe, she might be that player who can play on the leg side more. As I said, she understood the assignment. There is a run-out chance there, but Diane Menyimana could not help on that one and hold it any longer. She dropped it, and Angela Lumbe got there safely on time, allowing Sungeni Kananji on strike as Diane Menyimana is changing the field set, having long off in the deep. Menyimana Diane, who is very mixing when bowling, by the pace. She does not allow you to know how she is bowling. Placing that one in the gap, and it is another boundary. Oimana Ruth couldn't get on that one in the deep on third man, and it is another boundary.
Boundaries coming into the place consecutively. Wimana Ruth trying to get there in time, but couldn't. Now the current run rate have moved from zeros to 4.3. That's the courtesy of staying in there. Sungeni Kananji was struggling to go off the mark. She's now on 15 of 9 deliveries. But a pitch of delivery, that's the line that Team Rwanda needs to sustain and to maintain.
Oh, look at that ball. Swinging out. Just missing off stump. That is the ball should be bowling. And with this field set, that's the line and the length. And let Sungeni Kananji clear the boundary along off. And you can see, then they can create the chance of a catch. And Sungeni Kananji, who is very aggressive, is not happy with herself, not getting a touch on that ball. And Melve was asking the captain if they could take long on in the deep. Over the covers fielder, nobody moves. It is another boundary. It was the last ball of the power play. Sungeni Kananji moving into 19 of 12.
The line was good, but the length was picked perfectly by Sungeni Kananji. And now she is 19 of 11 deliveries. Shaw faced 151 runs required from 85 deliveries to be played. Ruth Uwimana into the attack from the mountain end. Angela Lumbe on the strike. Angela Lumbe trying to cut that one away. But Ruth Uwimana not creating any chance, any room for Angela Lumbe to go off the mark. Merveille being beaten by that delivery, by that shot from Angela Lumbe. And now Lumbe is off the mark for a single, allowing Sungeni Kananji to have the strike once again. And she is 19 of 12.
Ruth Uwimana, who really bowls well in the local league. But yesterday, Zimbabwe HPC knew that she was a youngster in the team and decided to attack her on every ball she bowled. Hopefully today she'll gain the confidence back and do the Ruth thing. Ruth, who is very energetic, you can see she's got that long sleeve shirt, but pulled it up with a swagger. Shirt number 28. There is a replacement. Giselle going out for a physiotherapist treatment. And Giovannis is in to replace Giselle. And Ruth is gaining back the confidence. And you see that swagger, the confidence, potential she has. Whoa, it dropped just few inches in front of the captain. What a ball from Ruth Uwimana. And Sungeni Kanaji not happy with herself, saying I should have hit that one up and over the fielder. And let's see what she's gonna do after facing that dot ball. And yes, she's gonna open up the arm and get a single. A great over from Ruth Uwimana, conceding only 2 runs. Rwanda taking the lead now as Malawi needing 145 in 78. Sungeni Kanachi and Angela Lumbe having a partnership of 28 of 29. And the captain, Wimeimana Diane, who bring on the debutant, the youngster, shot number 05, Grace Umuganeza, all the way from Dela Hub. This young lady have been doing well in the local leagues. And the first ball of her career went for a boundary. Sungeni Kananji knew that she was a youngster and took the full advantage on that one. And it is another boundary for Sungeni Kananji, already on 24. Full and wide, opening the full blade of the bat. One bounce for 4. It happens when you're playing your first international game. It's normal, but again, Grace, who is a very good bowler, wide. When she gets the confidence, when she gains and builds that confidence on her shoulder, maybe she will do it better, having long on and long off in the deep square and deep mid wicket. Backward point slightly, moving to short third man, extra cover and covers, short fine and mid wicket. Cow corner, long on and long off. Is the field for Grace Umugwaneza. Up in the air, in the gap, and it is another boundary.
Sungeni Kananchi, who is on fire, not letting go of anything or whatsoever. Mugwaneza Grace being taken straight to the boundary. Look at that. Picked up beautifully between two fielders. It's Shunge Henry and Clarisse Uwase, just number 18. Sungeni Kananji having 28 of 18 deliveries. Swept away, and it's going to be another boundary, back-to-back boundaries. It's Sungeni Kananji, and now she have 32 of 19. Umugwaneza Grace not feeling okay, but this is high-performance Grace. This is national level. You don't come here and feel too comfortable to just stand and deliver. You just have to think and use your mind and know what the team needs and know what needs to be done at a certain stage of the game. First game on the national team, and she is being asked a lot of questions. Is being asked a lot of questions. Let us see if in these two remaining deliveries of Grace Mugwaneza, she can just manage to get the right answers for those questions being asked by Sungeni Kananji from Malawi.
And the updates from the ground A is that people from Sao Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, Brasilia are smelling the win as the team moves into 90s, just needing 18 runs in 35 balls. They're on 94 for 3 after 14.1. Brazil smelling the win against Nigeria, who posted unlucky Nelson 3-1s in 2 balls to complete the first over of Mugwaneza Grace, conceding 3 boundaries so far and 1 wide. She is under the pump, but again, no need. Tossing that one up. Could have done better on that one and stop it. But it is another single. Sungeni Kananji showing the class. 33 of just 20 balls. Angela Lumbe on 6 of 20 and the last ball of the over. And the captain decided to have deep square and cow corner, and the rest are in the inner circle. Oh, it was a chance of a catch maybe, but Melve Uwase didn't get a hold on that one. And it is the end of the 8th over. The score is at 45 for none. They need 130 in 72 balls. It is a game of cricket. You can never underrate somebody. You only have to do the right thing. You only have to do what's supposed to be done. It is Kwibuka T20I Tournament 2026, the 12th edition. And Malawi needs 130 from 72 balls.
Ruth back into the attack and starting off with a dot delivery. Team Rwanda dominating Team Malawi all the way around. Back-to-back consecutive dot deliveries. Ruth Uwimana doing the opposite of what Mugwaneza Grace was doing. Sungeni Kananji, who is on fire, 33 of 20, just trying to get close and closer to Angela Lumbe, trying to tell her what needs to be done at this stage of the game. And still, Angela Lumbe still struggling to go off the mark with these deliveries of Ruth Uwimana. Blocked and blocked straight into the hands of the fielder, and just rushing straight to the last delivery of this over. Here we goes. What's going to be the result? A dot to make it the maiden, or a wicket, or a run. A dot, and it's a maiden. 6 consecutive dot deliveries from Ruth Uwimana. 45 runs on the board after the loss of 1. The one who went out is Ures Shilalile, and she was retired hurt. Angela Lumbe, who is 7, and Sungeni Kananji is 33. And total is the required run rate is 11 runs, and the current run rate is 5 runs per over. One more over to be halfway there.
There is a bowling change again from the airport road end. The captain, the skipper, Diane Menyaman, shot number 79, decided to bring herself on the attack again after the expensive over of Grace Umugwaneza, the youngster, the debutant of 14. Look at the field set, Diane Menyimana, knowing that Sunjeni Kananji won't be holding anything back. We'll have Kaukona long off and third man in the deep. There is a protection there. Ruth Uwimana will have that quick arm to keep them not getting a boundary. I was waiting for the umpire signal, but he is saying it touched the bat. Sungeni Kananji moving into 35, only 15 runs short to get her half century. High back lift. Very good swing of the arm. A chance of a run out. An easy run out completed by Diane Menyimana. Very good throw from Belize Mrekatete in the mid wicket position. We can get that one on the replay. Sungeni Kananji flicking that one straight in the hands of Belize Mrekatete, who took no time. In a blink of an eye, threw the ball to Captain Diane Menyimana, who held the ball in the hands and dismissed. Angela Lumbe on 7 of 27. And you can see the dugout of Team Malawi clapping for her. They know how much hard it was. It wasn't that easy, even though she didn't contribute much. But at least she had that brave heart of staying in. And on screens there, that is Wase Giovanni's who was arrested today and replaced Ishimwe Giselle. The coach is having a little chat with the two batters in, Sungeni Kananji and the captain, who is back. It is Kwibuka, as we remember, unite and renew. It's been 32 years since 1999. Genocide against Tutsi happened here in Rwanda. And this tournament is here for honoring the lives of the innocent people who were killed in 1994 in the genocide against Tutsi. And I beg your pardon, it's not the captain, but Sofina Chinawa to join Sungeni Kananji in the middle there. Sungeni blocking that one straight into the covers region, not getting a single, and it is another dot ball. Diana Menyimana, who is very sure that if she misses, Sungeni Kananji won't hold back, will be swinging hard on her. And look at the stains, high back lift over the head, straight in the covers. It is another dot ball. Diane Menyimana trying to ball those Yorkers, not giving the room to Sungeni Kananji, not allowing her to free the arms. Even if you ball it away outside off stump, she's gonna take you out. You better ball it in the stumps. And Diane is very aware. Full toss, played hard. There was a protection, but the ball spinned a little, and Alice couldn't stop that one from getting to the boundary, and Sungeni Kananji will get another boundary for herself and for the team.
Sungeni, who is getting close and more close to a half century. Look at Alice Ikuzwe, jersey number 23. I have a friend of mine who wears the same jersey, and don't do different. He does the same. And that's the end of the second over of Danny Menyimana. And we are halfway there. 10 overs done, 52 runs on the board after the loss of one. Mr. Emil, if you were wearing the same jersey, would you do the same thing or not? I mean,
Definitely
the same
not.
number, just number.
Yeah, I wear number 23, but you know what I do?
I don't know.
You do. And 123 is what needed in 60 balls for Team Malawi, as Ruth Uwimana will continue to ball from the mount end. The third over, 2 overs, 2 runs, 1 maiden. What ball from Ruth Uwimana with that swagger. Starting with the wide, trying to go in the stumps. Sungeni Kananji, who started as a slogger, but now she's playing properly, knowing she is just 10 runs away from getting the half century. A ball from Ruth Uwimana. You can see the way she grips the ball. The ball is turning. She only needs to put it tight in the stumps right there. But Sungeni Kananji will say, I got it, and slog that one over. And it is another boundary for Sungeni Kananji, moving into 44. Just 6 runs to get the half century.
Sungeni Kananji going that one on one knee, going back on one knee and spotting the gap and getting a boundary. What a way for Sungeni Kananji to get footful runs. (118 runs required from 58 deliveries. Sungeni Kananji too close to half century, edging on that one, but there is no fielder as he recovers to grab that catch. Sungeni Kananji playing very cautiously and attentively. Blocked once again. Ruth Uwimana, who didn't get a warm welcome in the very first place, this time she is delivering. Beg your pardon, it's not with Ruth. It's not Ruth Uwimana who didn't get a warm welcome. It's Grace Mugwaneza. Ruth, who have been doing great since the very first delivery. Sungeni Kananji trying to hit that one straight on the ground, but unfortunately, it's hit straight on the fielder. And the total score on the board is 57 after the loss of one. And it's the end of the over, number 11. 9 more overs to go. What do you expect from these overs? Sungeni Kananji, we have got a lot of things to expect. Sungeni Kananji putting up the 50. You can see the warm. From the very first over, there is no place where Team Malawi has surpassed, have taken over the warm of Team Rwanda. Coming in the place is Ishimwe Teresa Henriette. Ishimwe Teresa Henriette. Rolling to Sofina Chinawa. Do expect a lot from Team Rwanda taking these wickets from breaking up partnerships. It's a lot, and at the same time, we are also expecting a lot from Sungeni Kananji. She is just 6 runs short from getting her half century, and it will be the first half century for Malawians. And the ball is racing all the way to the boundary, but without enough power, and it won't reach there on the rope, and they will be just getting a double. Ishimwe Henriette trying to break this partnership, and the key will always be simple: bowling stump to stump, so you miss, I hit. The required run rate is now climbing to 13 runs per over, and the current run rate is 5. Ishimwe Henriette charging in still to Sofina Chinawa, pitching that one shortly, and it's a hit enough, but not enough to surpass outfielders, and it's blocked even before going across the 30-yard, and Sungeni Kananji is back on the strike. Do you expect her to put up that half century before the completion of this over of Ishimwe Henriette?
I can't say nothing about that.
Just 6 runs. Just 6 runs, and she got 4 deliveries to face.
Ishimwe Henriette is not that an easy bowler to take on and had to change the field set.
But even Sungeni Kananji, she is not that easy. You have seen the way she was playing from the very first delivery. That's played, and the ball is racing all the way to the boundary. Giovannis is giving it a chase, and they are just racing all the way to the other end, and Sungeni Kananji made it 2 runs. Now it was 6. Now it's 4 runs to put up half century. Do you think that Sungeni Kananji is going to put up that half century before this over comes to an end?
I will not fall in your trap, but I'm telling you, Sungeni Kananji have already equaled the total they put on yesterday, and they've beat their record of scoring the lowest total already. A bit of confusion that hit the leg. It hit the pads. A great work from behind the stumps by Melve Uwase. 2 balls to complete the over. And my co-commentator here thinks in 2 balls, Tungeni Kananji will get four runs to get to the half century.
Up in the air, is it going to be taken? The ball lands in no man's land, and Sungeni Kananji is off the mark. Emil Lukiriza cursing Sungeni Kananji like they are in conflict. Have seen her putting up half century. Now look, she have crossed, she have rotated. No half century coming in this over. Sungeni Kananji allowing Sofina Shinawa to have the strike and to face this last delivery of Ishimge Henriette. Played straight and the ball surpasses the bowler and is racing all the way to the boundary, but there is Giovanni Swiss giving it a chase. I mean, it's Alice Ikuzwe and she is quick. She will always make it on time. And that's the end of over number 12. 65 runs on the board after the loss of 1. Now I'm giving you the second chance, Emil. Do you think Sungeni Kananji is going to put up a half century in this upcoming over?
I don't really want to cast her, but it's never going to be easy. She has to be smart enough to get to her half century and getting closer and closer to the total they've been asked to chase. As now they are requiring 13.75. That's 14 runs and over. 110 in 48 balls. And Sungeni Kananji will be on strike. And there will be a bowling change, bringing on the experienced spinner, Irero Zine, who captained also the team in Botswana in 2024, having cow corner deep square, who is a bit backward, long on, long off. Quick and down the leg. It is a wide ball. Very tricky to bowl to the batters who are very set and aggressive like Sungeni Kananji, who hit Rosine. The last ball she bowled to her was a 6. That means a lot for Rosine Herrera, who will be very cautious bowling to her. And the umpires are calling for physio. The ball touched the helmet for concussion taste. Look at that. Try to sweep that one. Touch the gloves, climbed up on the helmet. They need a concussion test from the physio, even though the batter is saying I'm okay. And that will allow Diane Menyimana and Rosinera to have a chat as two experienced players in the side. And physio Yakaramye Theonest will run in to help as you are joining it now. It is Kwibuka T20I Women Tournament, the 12th edition. The tournament which is there to honor the lives, the people who lost their lives in 1994, the genocide against the Tutsi. As we remember, unite and renew, it's been 32 years and we're still in that 100 days period of remembrance. Sungeni Kananji on 47 of 36. And it is clear that she's okay after the concussion taste.
Ira Rosine started off with a wide and proceeded with 2 consecutive deliveries. Sungeni Kananji stepping out and hitting a big shot. What a way to put up a half century. Sungeni Kananji, 51 of 38. Raise your bat, young lady. You really deserve this. Emily Kiriza, I have been asking you, is Sungeni Kananji going to put up a half century in this upcoming over? And it was like, I don't know. And it was way too clear that the way Sungeni Kananji is going, she's going to put up her half century just off 38 deliveries.
After hitting that boundary and completing your half century and blocking that ball, it really shows that you was not actually for the half century just, but you are there for the team. And one ball to complete the 13th over for Rosine Herrera and the third. And is it the number that 17 is the serious hitting, is for serious hitting players? Up in the air, a chance of a catch, and Ishimwe Henriette won't hesitate to take you out. Look at that, throwing that in the air, knowing that the big fish is gone. Sungeni Kananji, 51 of 41. What a player, what an innings from her.
Yes, the required run rate has climbed to 14 and to 15 runs per over. But we can't hesitate to give credit to Sungeni Kananji, who came in when it was just rubbles. And look at now, a round of applause from her colleagues saying that well done, Sungeni Kananji. Strike rate of 124, 1 maximum, and 9 boundaries. What a batting figures from Sungeni Kananji. And Safina Chinawa is still in there, have scored 5 of 3. 105 runs required from 42. Lydia Lucian Dimbo is the incoming batter. It's right on the stumps is Diane Menyimana Maritian. The captain of the national side is now the happiest. After losing to Zimbabwe yesterday, now they are coming back stronger. Swing and miss, and Safina Shinawa is off the mark after that single. And Lydia Lucian Dimba will face her first delivery in this innings.
Never easy. A game is a game. And Diana Minyimana, knowing Lydia Ndimba that she might be a big hitter, and took mid on into the deep in long off. And Lucian Dimba responded well, driving that one straight in that region for a single. And as Coach Leonard Namburu and Captain Diane Marie Menyimana said just before the tournament, there will be no easy game. They are not here to entertain. They really just need a win. A win is a win, however and wherever it comes from. So they are doing what they are supposed to be doing. They don't really need those wickets as long as they will be able to defend their total, as Malawi is needing 103. And on ground A, the game is done and dusted. Brazil have claimed their first win, beating Nigeria by 7 wickets. A very convincing win. And Rwanda is also smelling their first win, as Malawi is needing 103 in 37 balls. Slapping that one powerfully straight to Rosine Herrera in the covers. And it is the end of the 14th over. Very, very good over from Diane Menyimana, only conceding 2. Big improvement from Malawi's side. They have been doing a lot of work. Credit goes to the development and the coaching staff of Malawi women national team. A lot of improvement, especially bowling and their batting. If you've watched how they are batting, they are just not getting it right. A little, just missing a little aggression on getting those runs, singles and boundaries. But again, you can see the talents, you can see the potential they are carrying on their back. And that brought Belize Murekatete on the attack again from the mount. And after bowling 2 overs for 5, the captain decided to bring her back on the attack. And she'll have long on, long off in fine leg. Plus the third man. A required run rate is 17.7, and they are moving on 5. Starting off with Ayoka. Great bowling from Belize Murekatete. Shot number 10. Belize Murekatete, who has been doing so hard in the past few months. One of the athletic players we've got in Rwanda. Trying a lower full toss, a slower one, and going an inch down the leg, and it is a wide. A very athletic player, very fit. And she is a fighter. She never gives anything easy. In the stumps this time round. And Lucian Dimba will get off the strike again. Very good display from Rwandan bowlers and the team in general. Very good team composition. Not being carried away by that total they are defending, thinking that it is a big total that couldn't be chased by Malawi women cricket national team, but keeping it simple in the line, finding those dots, not wanting those wickets, because it really comes for those who are patient, and you get rewarded for the work you're doing. Very good ball again, and Rosina Herrera, who doesn't really fumble or drop. Keep that for a dot ball. And 2 balls to complete the 15th over, and the third for Belize Murekatete, who went for 8 in 2.4 already. Great bowling from Belize Murekatete, and a great recovery and a comeback from the yesterday's game. trying to swing and miss that one completely. Lydia Lushandimba, who is on 205. And if you can hear from the dugout of Malawi, they are just typing them, cheering her. They are not really under any pressure. They know that it takes time. It is process. Yesterday they scored 46, and today they are already on 75. And Lydia Rushandimba will get a boundary from the last ball of the over for Belize Mrekatete. Glancing that one, placing it in the gap, and the fielder in the deep couldn't get that one. Look at that. Belize Mrekatete trying that yoka, missing it a little, being a full toss. And Lydia Rushandimba guiding that one in the gap, and it is a boundary. 79 for 2 after 15 overs. Required run rate is 20, 19.20. They only need 20 runs and over to win 96 in 30 balls. Mugwaneza Grace back on the attack and starting off with a dot ball. After going for 15 in her first over, the captain decided to give her a chance that she might build the confidence back as Sofina Chinawa on strike, trying to swing that one, but it is a wide. Sofina Chinawa on 7 of 10. And you can hear Melve there behind the stumps asking Grace Mugwaneza not to be shy, not to be scared, and ball it straight in the stumps. As she has got the protection in the deep square, cow corner, long on and long off. Very good ball from Grace Mugwaneza. The first ball she has balled in the right spot, and you can see it in the middle there. Players are clapping for her. It's not easy for the youngster, but it's pure talent. She has been doing well in the local leagues. Wide again. It takes time. You don't really rush it, but it is a fully and trying to give herself the room to pull that one, but she was lazy. Sofina Chinawa and Umugwaneza Grace will get another dot. 2 balls to complete her second over, conceding 2 runs so far, and both of them are whites. Clean balled. The first international wicket for Grace Umugwaneza. You can see the smile. Melve Wase, who got there and tap on the shoulder saying, "Welcome, youngster." Diane Menyimana, the captain. You can see everybody is getting closer for Grace Umugwaneza. We would like to see that one on the replay. Grace Umugwaneza getting her first international wicket in the stumps, turning in. The batter moving backward. And the ball has broken the stumps. And Grace Umugwaneza has to dismiss Sofinachi now on 7 of 14. Welcome in Umugwaneza in international cricket. And may you have a great journey, a great career. And Malawi is already on 81 for 3 after 15.5. Just one ball to complete the 16th over. And for Umugwaneza Grace, bowling to left-handed Praise Mazia will be an advantage for her. Should place in a slip there, but I think they know Praise Mazia don't really miss that much. Having Kaukona long on in the deep, and the rest are in the inner circle. A dot ball to finish off things here for Grace Umugwaneza. 17 in 2 overs, 1 wicket. And that wicket is her first international wicket. 81 for 3 after 16 overs. Required run rate is 23. 94 runs required from 24 balls for Team Malawi. And Rwanda is smelling their win as they bring back Ruth on the attack. And you can see here on the graph, Rwanda has been up since the game started till now. And Ruth will bowl her last over in the 17th of the innings.
Loud appeal, but umpire shows no interest as it was moving down the leg. Cut away, but cut away straight into the hands of Belize Mrekatete. 2 consecutive dot deliveries from Ruth Wimana. Swept away and swept away into the gap, but Aris Kuzwe will always make it on time to save the day for Team Rwanda, and Praise Mazia is off the mark. Lydia Arsiandimba, who is 7 of 9. Up in there, but falling short, close to Belize Mrekatete. Praise straight on the ground, over the fielder's head, but straight to Giovanni Suwase, who is there in the deep. Yeah, it seems like Team Rwanda, the victory has slipped away from Team Malawi, and Team Rwanda, they are all seeing it. But the thing I'm liking about Team Rwanda is the way they are not giving up early, like letting Malawi get those runs easily. Singles, doubles, not letting them get them easily. You can see fielders giving effort, putting in some energy and some effort to stop Malawi from getting those runs. And if you have seen what Malawians have been doing previously in previous editions, I'm telling you, you will notice the work and the effort that the Federation of Malawi have been putting in. That's the batting card partnerships. Julius Chiralile and Angela Rumbe didn't manage to stay there for too long. The main course here is Sungeni Kananji and Angela Rumbe partnership of 45 of 43, where 35 of 22 was contributed by Sungeni Kananji and 7 of 21 was Angela Rumbe and Sungeni Kananji, who have also contributed, who have also added and built another partnership of 25 runs. Swing and miss is Praise Mazia. Phase 2 after facing 4. Now the required run rate have moved to 30 runs per over, which is way too impossible. Driven and trying to drive that one into the gap, and the gap is found, and a single it will be. Just number 12, Praise Mazia, is off the mark straight to at the end. Shimga charging in. And the DRC and Diba sitting that one straight to shot fine leg. It was a leg by 80 runs required from 15 deliveries. Christmas here and the DRC and Dimba, they are still in. 8 of 11 is Rusian Dimba and 3 of 5 is Praise Mazia. Up in this, it's going to be taken. A chance being created, and just number 42, Irera Rosine, grabbing that opportunity without even blinking.
Pace off delivery from Ishimwe Henriette straight into the hands of Mwalimu teacher Rosine Irera, teaching them how to do it. One of the best fielders in the team. She doesn't really drop much. She's very quick. And Euros Chilaride have recovered and is back. The captain, and Praise Mazia, had to depart on 3 of 6 by Ishimwe Henriette. And Malawi women cricket, a national team, looks like they are losing it. They've lost it earlier, but again, it takes time. It's process. They don't have to worry about it, because even if you send in other team, will be much harder to get this total. 88 in 14 balls, almost impossible. I mean, it is impossible. And for them, if they can get these 13 runs and score 100 and pass 100 plus mark, will be a big achievement for them. And Jules Chiraride, the captain, who was yet to score a run in 7 deliveries faced, will face the 5th ball. Off the mark on her 8th ball faced is Jules Chirarile. Who said earlier on the toast that they would like to restrict Rwanda under 100. And if it was fortunate enough for them, maybe this game was close, was going to be close. But Rwanda responded badly to them, smashing them 174. And Ridia Rusiandimba, who is very aggressive, to also get a single on the last delivery of the over. In 2 overs to complete the second innings of a run chase. Now the required run rate is 43, 86 in 12 balls. And Malawi had 1 over in the 9th over, which went for 15. And it was Grace Mugwaneza bowling, the debutant. And you can see fans and spectators who are here to support both teams, Rwanda and Malawi, and watching the good game of cricket. Security there working. That shows how much safe this country is. And that's the games which are done and dusted. Brazil won by 7 wickets against Nigeria. A very convincing win as Zimbabwe high performance won by 47 against Brazil yesterday afternoon. Zimbabwe topping up the table, winning 2 games in 2 and having the top run scorer who scored a century yesterday. And there is Belize Mrekatete from the Mount End, having a deep mid-wicket, long on, long off, and third man. Straight in the hands of the glue there in the covers. Rosine Herrera with those match strategies. Look at her, very serious. They usually call her teacher, beg your pardon. She is Mwalimu. She knows what to do. Straight in the covers again. Melve doing a very good job, but the batter was clearly in. Ures Chiraride, the captain. And there is a field change. Fine leg is in the deep third man, deep mid wicket. But the skipper is moving her slightly to square leg. And Belize Mrekatete having a very great spell so far, conceding 13 in 3.2 overs ball. Oh, what a ball. Raw pace from Belize Mrekatete, pushing that one straight in the stumps, and Shirarire had to move away, trying to give herself the room that she can cut that one through covers or anywhere on the offside, finding that gap. But it was unfortunate, and it was quick enough to pass her. Shirarire will have to move her back away from the ball as it is a white ball. And they are just 9 runs away from getting 100 mark. Needing 84 in 9 balls. Mathematically impossible to win this one. But again, maybe they can get those 9 and get to 100 mark. As Belize has to bowl 2 more balls to complete her spell and the 19th over, conceding 14 in 3.4 overs. Very well bowled from Belize Mrekatete, and well deserved. Has been working so hard. Bouncing that one, and Shirarire responding well, saying, I can see that one, and cleared the boundary for 4. Ures Shirarire, the first boundary for her, saying, you missed me. I went too early. You should have gave you more of that Look at that. Short pitch, wide, uppercut. 1, 2 bounces over the ropes for 4. One more ball to complete the over. And Malawi is just 5 runs away. And one more over. 0.1. Up and over. You don't really need to run that much. It is another boundary. 2 consecutive boundaries. 1 run away to get to 100 mark. And you can see the dugout of Malawi cheering up them. They are hyped now. You can see them shouting. You can hear, if you are here at the ground, you can see them shouting, very happy. This is the beauty of the game. They know they are not winning this one. But again, it doesn't limit them from being happy. And they know they are achieving something. And you see the man there clapping. The assistant coach of Malawi women's national team. And Malawi is just 1 run. And required run rate, 1 run away to get to 100 mark. And the required is 76 in 6 balls. Clearly impossible. But again, for them to get to 100 mark will be a milestone. And it is a process. A very improving team. And Diana Obo, the penultimate over.
Hitting that one straight on the ground, and Malawi are now entering into triple digits. What a way for Malawi to put up 100. If there were a trophy of most improved team of the tournament, it would be given to Team Malawi. I'm telling you, this really shows the effort and the energy that coaches and board of directors have been putting in back in the country. Another great shot over the fielder's head, and the ball is racing all the way to the boundary, and another boundary comes into the place.
Ures Chirarire, shot number 10, slapping that one over point fielder. Takes 2 seconds to clear the ropes. And after 7 balls for no run, now she is on 13 of 13, saying, you missed me. I got injured earlier. But if I was there, I would have done much damage. Ures Chilalile, 100, we can chase 100. And she really showed this. But it is very different when you're chasing 100. Maybe you think of playing differently. And games and times are different. But very well done from them. 2 more balls to complete the over and the innings in general. And required run rate is 213. 71 in 2 balls. Clearly impossible. And Rwanda is just an inch from claiming their first win in the tournament in Kwibuka T20I Women Tournament 2026, the 12th edition. And Chirarire will say, I was not done. I'll get another boundary to move into 17 of 16. It is another boundary for Team Malawi, and you see them cheering. They even stood up. They are standing on their feet. Look at that, full toss. Placing it that in the gap. Belize Mrekatete, who is fast, was not fast enough to stop that one from getting to the boundary. Last ball of the innings. Chirarile stepping out. MV Uwase couldn't hesitate of getting her out. Diane Menyimana gets her first wicket. And it is the last ball of the innings.
What a moment for Rwanda, and a commanding performance and a well-deserved victory in the Kwibuka Women's Tournament. The hosts have shown character, skill, and determination from start to finish. The celebration begins at Gahanga as Rwanda cross the finish line in style, a win that will delight the home supporters and add another memorable chapter to this special tournament. Rwanda have done it, and very congratulations to Team Rwanda. In a tournament that stands for remembrance, resilience, and unity, Rwanda have given their fans plenty to cheer about today. And here you can see the batting card, Julius Shilalile, 17 of 17. Angela Rumbe, 7 of 27. Swingen Kananji, 51 of 41. Sofina Shinawa, 7 of 14. Lydia Rusiandimba, 14 of 15. And Praise Mazia, last but not least, 3 of 6. And the bowling card, Belize Mrekatete, 4 overs, 12 runs, and no wicket with a column of 5. Rosine, 1 wicket, and bowled 3 overs. Ishunge Henriette, 3 overs, picked 1 wicket, and the column of 6. And the Menyman Maridian, 4 overs, picked 1 wicket, and Ruth Uwimana, 4 overs, picked no wicket, and our debutant, Mugwaneza Grace, 2 overs, 7 dots, 17 runs, 1 wicket, economy of 8, and total extras bowled, well, 12, just in 20 overs. Top performers, Ishimwe Giselle from Team Rwanda, 54 of 44, Wasemerve, 39 of 21, Takushmaninde Fani, 37 of 29, from Malawi, Shingen Kananji, 51 of 41, Julius Shilalile, 17 of 17, Lydia Rusiandimba, 11 of 15. And from bowling, Lucky Marino have bowled